Hi everybody, welcome to some more early morning barking, talking about BPD and NPD by somebody that has both. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons and do all the socially things scrolling past you on the screen right now. And thank you to everybody who's supported me on Patreon. What the fuck is going on? One of those weird intros. Anyway, I want to talk about grandiose narcissism. This is going to be quite rambly. And that I've called this episode When the Grandiose Takes Over. See, for those of you who aren't aware, in the NPD area, there are two sort of main areas of narcissism. We have vulnerable and we have grandiose. And the vulnerable it's much more internal, right? It's much more personal shamey kind of thing. The why aren't I more famous? If I'd done better at school, if this person hadn't got in my way, all of this sort of thing. And your grandiose is more what you think about when you think about the stereotypical narcissist. This is the person who thinks they're amazing and brilliant and superior and should run the world and all that kind of thing. And what most of us tend to do is, rather than stay in one, we sort of oscillate between the two, depending on what's going on and what we need out of the narcissism at the time. And I tend to spend a lot of time in the vulnerable over here, but I can swing wildly over into the grandiose. And here's my problem with that. I enjoy it massively. I really, really enjoy it. I cannot begin to explain to you how good grandiose narcissism feels. It's fucking awesome, right? But if it was just good, then there wouldn't be a problem, would there? People would be like, you have grandiose narcissism? Oh, how lucky. That's amazing. I wish I could have that. You must feel so good. It's clearly... That's not the situation, otherwise we wouldn't be here. Because this grandiose narcissism brings with it lots of other stuff. Like looking down on people, feeling superior to people, and God, the comments that run through my mind that I don't say, that I have said. I'm getting a lot better with that. I'm actually learning where it's more appropriate to do it. Because, this is, wow. Let's dig deep into this, right? Sometimes I kind of decide to do it. Sometimes I will decide, oh, it's grandiose narcissism time. Let's have some fun. And I've talked about that in the dehumanizing videos and the raging videos and that sort of thing. This happens when somebody pushes me to a point of, oh, I don't care anymore. Let's destroy you. Boom, right into grandiose narcissism. I shall destroy you now. That's how it kind of goes. And the desire to do that is very strong. It's very strong. And you have to sort of sit with it. Because you can't let it out. Because what's going through your head is some of the most hurtful shit you've ever imagined. Right? This can't come out. That would be bad. Recognizing that is part of the problem, by the way. The fact that I can recognize there are bad things in my head that want to come out and I mustn't let them out. That's 2 years of therapy right there. Okay? That's not an easy thing to do. If you're having trouble with that, of course you're having trouble with that. I'm having trouble with it sat here. Right? I cannot tell you the videos I wanted to make today. And I've gone with this so I can talk about the phenomenon. It's not easy keeping it all inside. Because it feels good to let it out. Go back and check the Narcissism Feels Good video. It feels good. However, I'm now in uncharted territory with this, right? The thoughts have always been there. The actions, the comments, the opinions, they've always been there. They're probably always gonna be there to some extent. And what I've gotten better at is keeping them on the inside, not letting them out, not saying that thing that I'm thinking. Not perfect, but I've got better at it. And that leaves me in uncharted territory, because now all these things are in my head and they're not coming out. So they're still in there, rattling around like Pac-Man. These little comments, these thoughts, these opinions, these feelings, they're all in there still. The fuck do I do with that? Because I can't let them out. And the only answer I can come up with at the moment is to live with them, to absorb them somehow, I'm not being clear, make peace with them is really what I'm talking about. I need to reach what feels like a higher enlightened level of narcissism, where I'm above my own thoughts. Like, I can have all these thoughts, opinions, comments, whatever, because I feel superior, I feel better than, I feel awesome, I feel all these things that go with grandiose narcissism. But I have to realize that I feel those things about the things I feel them about, because I in some way care. Right? And I need to sort of transcend that and not give a shit. And then I don't need the comments. I don't need the opinions. I don't need the looks and the other things, the condescending tone. I don't need those, because I'm above whatever it is. I'm superior to it. Maybe to some extent, embracing those feelings helps you move beyond them. And when you've moved beyond them, do you even need them anymore? And if you don't need them, will you stop thinking them? It's an interesting path for me. I could be talking utter bullshit, right? Again, disclaimer, idiot with a camera and a microphone, not a medical professional, right? So, I don't know, but I feel as I sit in this feeling of grandiosity, and I start making peace with it and start latching on to the bits that feel good and carrying them with me, they start becoming confidence and calmness, serenity, that sort of thing. Because look, over here, I've got this BPD shit that is just dragging me down constantly. It's like weighing on me. It's telling me nobody likes me, I don't deserve friends, and all this, you're awful, you're a failure, all the bad things that BPD tells you. And then I have this narcissism over here going, no, Rich, you're fucking awesome. And this battle back and forth goes on constantly. And I think that for me is why it's so calming to embrace that grandiosity. It shuts the BPD up for a while. And I feel like if I can grab onto some of it and hold on to it, then that other BPD shit might shut the fuck up for a bit. And again, all the comments, if I can accept the positive things I tell myself, because that's kind of what grandiose narcissism is. If I can start to accept those and keep on to a healthy dose of reality along with it. Because again, that's another problem, right? It's the grandiose narcissism is telling you you're amazing and telling you to run with it, right? And that everything you do is amazing beyond the point of reality, beyond the point of what you really do being amazing. And so if you're going to embrace some of that self-confidence, of that feeling of superiority, of whatever, you've got to have, let's have a healthy dose of realism in there too, because without that, you've just got grandiose narcissism, right? You've got to have the reality. But still, it's possible to hold on to that reality and feel better about yourself. I guess I'm getting into this area of positive narcissism now, which is a tricky thing that I certainly don't know much about or fully understand, but I start to feel it. I start to, it's sort of like in the moment where after the grandiosity has hit its peak and the wave starts to go back down, there's a moment of balance in there where everything is just where it ideally should be and everything feels perfect. And of course, I feel like I know that wave is going to retreat and pull back from that point, and then it's going to smash through it again. But that point, I keep hitting that point, that comfortable area. And I miss doing it when I don't do it. It feels not like the grandiosity. It just feels calm, peaceful. And I'd found a way to tap into it. And I've kind of lost that. And I need to find something else. That's just me. I think whatever finds you, helps you to tap into it, that's going to be a very personal thing to you. Anyway, I'll see you later. Bye.